Well, I've been back for what is like 3 something in the morning right now. So technically it's Saturday now. So technically a week and 1 day. Um, but this is the 17 flywheel. It's still pretty good condition. I know it looks beat up. I know it looks kind of like it needs a new one, but we're gonna put this 17 flywheel back in. The parts that it's leaning against are like all new brakes and rotors for the car. Um, I got them like a long time ago, and I ended up finding out I didn't need any of the rotors when I did the brakes, and I ended up finding out that one of the sets of brakes was fine, that I didn't even need to do that. And then like the other one, like I did one of the sides, and the other side looked basically brand new, and the other side looked like gone. And it was weird because usually your brakes will usually wear pretty even. It looked like it was all taking to just one side. It was kind of weird. Um, but that's why these are here. And that's why you've seen these in videos. Um, but as you can see, there's no transmission jack. My friend's borrowing it to pull the transmission out of his Mazda. He's got a Mazda hatchback Speed 3. But you can see I got my drive shaft in here, CV axles, and everything is basically pretty much taken apart. Um, I have the two very long bolts of these that are on the top, and then I have, they're like the nuts, like, but that go on like these for the bottom. Um, but we do need new of these. These are absolutely toasted. They just did not want to come out of the car at all. So they're absolutely toasted. I tried every single thing to get them out without messing them up, and well, that didn't work. They kind of de-threaded themselves a decent amount by coming out. And then these have been used more than once. And from all the different hammer dings in there, from getting them set, they're pretty decently toasted. So we need new drive shaft bolts. We need the new CV axle nuts for those. Right on, yeah. But the whole point in this video is to basically, which I love this new phone. I've had one of these before, but I guess this is like a newly like updated version of it, because I guess when they first came out with it, it was like having issues from what I've been told. I'm not really into the phone game. Never really cared that much. I mean, the last phone that I've been shooting most of my videos on was like a free phone that I got when I signed up for my phone plan. So some like random like Motorola or some shit. I don't know. This is A16 Samsung. I've had iPhones, I've had Samsungs. I really don't care. Like I said, most of them get dropped down engine bays and cracked, busted, torn to shreds. So phone's a phone to me, just like a pair of shoes. I'm literally in house slippers, right with me, looking like some Curious George, freaking yellow homie. You know what I mean? But so basically, why I've been gone for so long, and what's kind of been like going on is a lot. So We put a 2018 clutch and flywheel in the car and found out that the 2018 clutch and flywheel have a lot more to them to do the change than I thought. Thought I could just put the 18 clutch and flywheel. I thought maybe it used the same throwout bearing, the same like shafting, and the same this, the same that. No, I almost got it. It's a pretty decent change. Um, and because I don't have the time to be buying all these parts individually, doing all the research, some of the parts I can't even find to properly do the exchange. And because I need a car on the road. This car's been down since the legitimate first of the year. Yep, first day of the year, just pixie dust and rocks. Clumps. Also, I don't know why I do that weird shit with my eyes, like the but basically what I'm trying to get at here is the Subi's still down. I was gone for like it's 29 days. I was working for this company. I'm not gonna say the company name, nothing like that. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus or nothing. I mean, this is all on me. I decided to quit for personal health issues. I was literally peeling on my face, lips, neck, arms, hands, and even like the webbing, like the bottom. Like you can see on this arm where like the tar had peeled some of the skin, and where from like sun damage, some of like my skin has been flaking, peely from tar and sun damage, like I said. I'm not sick, I promise. I took a vape hip like before I started this video, so it's finally sneaking up on me. But yeah, so we're gonna put 17 parts in the 17 WRX and just be done with it. I'm not gonna try and do the upgrade from the 17 to the 18. I tried. There's a lot more into it that I gotta do. I bought the clutch and flywheel used off of Facebook Marketplace, so I didn't have all the parts to fully do the swap. And I still have the 17 flywheel as shown. I'm just gonna spend the money. There's this really good brand that I actually had a family member who used to work for them around when they were, I think, around my age, in their like 20s. I think maybe their 30s, so a little older than me. I don't know. But they worked for them, said they were a good brand. I mean, I guess they've used them. But I'm going to be putting a Luke in. I heard really good things about Luke. They're actually sometimes somewhat cheaper than even some of the AutoZone and O'Reilly brands. Some of the Summit Racing stuff, they're sometimes cheaper, if not a little bit more than those. So they're a nice mid-range kind of clutch. So I'm not really too worried about them. I've heard a lot of good about them. The last two clutches that were in here were, let's see, this will be the fourth clutch I've put in this car in the like little of 2 years. Not because I suck at driving manual. I should have told this story a long time ago when I first started all this stuff with the clutch and flywheel. Sorry, I was kind of distracted looking at the flywheel. But basically, real quick, Camaro, don't expect like much on that car. The car is a bag burner car. That car is literally just a when I have free time car. If I work on it, I work on it. Other than that, it is basically a yard ornament. Do not expect much on that car. but maybe here and there when I get bored. I'm saving up the money right now to get my own engine puller and engine stand. I want to completely see if this motor is toasted. It's been flooded, I don't know how many times, and from the rain, because my dumbass decided to cut the hood vents. So we don't talk about that. I kind of made my motor get flooded. So the idea was cool, but it was not worth the motor flooding and flooding and flooding and flooding. So it became a yard order because I dumped almost $400 worth of new gaskets, seals, parts, and decided to dremel out the fake hood vents into real hood vents and flooded the entire fucking motor. So yeah. Guess it's time to finally put the motor I want after 3 different motors in that car. 3.4 V6, that was the stock. Another 3.4 V6 to replace it so we could do plug and play. And then a Flocket. We got it laying around 92 Corvette motor. And now I think at this point it's just worth getting life together and buying a Summit Racing drop-in motor for a 383 and finally just putting the damn motor in there that I've wanted to put in there and spending the $800 for the aftermarket tubular cradle. But back to the and that car's from my kid. It's all he has been since the age of like 16 and a half when I bought it. That was like the thing I always told myself is that like I want to buy this car. I want to make it what, when my son's old enough or my kids or my daughter's old enough or whatever I end up having, you know what I mean? Well, my child can have this car and they can learn about classics. They can learn about appreciating history and where we've came from and like the more simplistics that vehicles used to be, basically. This is just a vape. Anyways, if it was a dab cart, I am in a state where it is actually recreationally. I can't speak, bro. It is like 3 something in the morning. Cut me some slack. But yeah, that's basically the Camaro. Back to the Subi. So once my friend's done with my transmission jack, and once I, kind of get some things together with life, we're gonna be getting the parts for the WRX. I'll be taking back my transmission jack from my homeboy, and he's gonna come probably help me wiggle this bitch off so I can put everything together and then help me wiggle it back on, and then I'm gonna do the rest because I've completely torn apart the entire thing by myself. I just want someone there with me since I'm doing this in my driveway with barely any space to help me manhandle this thing off of the motor so it doesn't fall on me while I'm under there. And then get all this shit just done. Help me manhandle it back together after maybe me going and doing all that shit real quick. And then finally just getting this car on the road. Like the 18 idea was great, it was not it was if I would have done it correctly and I would have done all the research, it would have been awesome. But I don't have the time for it. I need a car, and I just can't keep fucking around no more with I might as well while it's there scenarios. I just need to get the fucking car on the road. hence my language being so harsh about the scenario. Um, if all goes well, I do plan on keeping the car. I know I've made videos about getting rid of it, keeping it, getting rid of it, keeping it. I've been so 50-50 on this car because like it's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down. And I mean, it's been through fucking 4 clutches, which I should explain. And I was saying something about wanting to explain earlier. When I bought the car, it came with a absolutely freaking fried, top heavy, like slippy as hell clutch. And the dealership was supposed to put in a new one. They never really did because it was an as-is car and it was still technically drivable. So we put in an AutoZone one. That thing, because I had to do a break-in period, I drove that thing for maybe 2 weeks to give it a nice little break-in period, let it be in the car for a while, not be beating on it, nothing like that. Just driving like an absolute grandma or grandpa going to church in their Corvette kind of drive. Okay? Because you all cannot make fun of me for saying that, because you know there's way too many damn old people that be choosing these fucking Corvettes for no reason, bro. It's like the go-to like old fart sports car. I don't know why. But basically just driving it respectfully, not banging on it, not beating on it, not skipping gears, none of that. Not no third to fifth, skipping fourth, because that car will wind third gear out to like 80. But like none of that. Just legitimately normal, any day, respectful driving. Like I probably drove that thing more careful than an old fart, for real. And after 2 weeks, done. Fucking clutch literally gave out. Only wore on one side was a manufacturer defect. Took it back to AutoZone, was like, yo, what it is, what it do. I need working parts, not bullshit, for my Subaru. Yes, that kind of sounded like Dr. Seuss. But basically they gave me new parts. They said, it's not on you, it's nothing you did. It's a manufacturer defect. It shouldn't have only worn on one side. It should not have went out in 2 weeks. We'll give you a new one. And I'm pretty sure this thing has a lifetime warranty. Anyway, I thought about just going and doing a lifetime warranty swap if they still will. I don't know if they will. But I have thought about it and see if I can just get it for free. But I really want to upgrade to the Luke. So there's that. But so we put that one in, and that's the one that just took a shit on the first. Yeah, the one I bought it with, the one that was 2 weeks, the one that just blew up on the first, that was the replacement for the 2 weeks. So yeah, and then in this one that we're putting in it now. So like I said, it's not like I was banging on it or nothing, and that I'm a shitty driver that's like caused The first one was already going out and was basically like 80% gone when I got the car. Second one was a manufacturer defect, and this one I really don't know what happened. Cause like, yeah, was I banging on the car and shit? Not when it like happened, but like, yeah, I mean, I did bang on the car a little bit with this clutch that was in it. But this car was driving great for months. Like I stopped like really banging on it, and like, like beating the piss out of it. Doing like 1-2 pulls and shit. I mean, I drove it pretty fine off of this clutch for a while, because um one, this clutch had been stored for a while in the winter, and then it came out. I banged on it a little bit, and then my son was born, so I had to like take it easy on it and not beat the piss out of it and things like that. So I mean, this clutch, I would say, has been 75% just grandpa drive. Like since it is my daily, uh, you know, I banged on it here and there, just with the homies, having fun. Some dumbass want to line up next to me, and I just gotta blow their doors off real quick. Which, you can believe me or not, but I had blown the absolute doors off while having my son's mom, who was towards like the last fourth of her last third of her pregnancy, and then her mom in the back, and um there's basically three of us. It's like RT Charger with like only one dude lines up, and I look at her. I'm like, dog. I'm like, you're pregnant. Like, I'm not gonna do this. She's like, come on, you don't get to line up that often. Turns off the AC, starts like looking at her mom, telling her mom, like roll up the windows and shit. And I'm like, bro, you pregnant? And she's like, just blow his fucking doors off real quick. Just get done and over with. It's like, you got all-wheel drive and turbo. He's got rear wheel and no turbo. You have as many benefits as you don't. Just hit it. So I lined up. Fucking put like this dude didn't know how to drive or shit. Like he was like, when he stomped on his pedal and like his car started like coming up, like he was real shaky on the wheel. Like he literally, like I could see him in my rear view because he had like no tent, like in his car, like it was the first time he's ever gone over like 70 miles an hour. This dude was like terrified. Then again, I mean, I launched on him, and all you hear is, and the dude just like jumped like he's never heard like a car crackle or backfire. The dude was probably around like teens, maybe late 20s, so a little younger, a little older than me. But um, it's just like kind of like a little background story on like this car and the Camaro and what's going on, what's happening. Like I said, I mean, I had to come back. The one, I couldn't do being away from my child, and two, like you can see if it would ever focus, like my skin is got like parts of it that you can see have been peeled off due to sun damage, and like right there, especially right there on my wrist, that's mostly sun damage and my skin actually being like ripped off. from like the tar. No matter if I wore a long sleeve, short sleeve, whatever it was, I'd get heat burns and shit would like soak through and rip my fucking skin off. So yeah, it was terrible. It was bad, and but it was fun at the same time. It was pretty cool. Got to see a bunch of really neat planes. Got to hear a bunch of really cool stories of like different airports and their history and whatnot. But um, just want to make a little update video now that I'm back after a month being gone, plus longer in general for the YouTube itself. Um, Still here, still stuck, still broke, still trying to make something of myself. But that's the thing, you gotta keep moving on. You gotta keep steady pace. You gotta put life first, and you're not gonna get famous on YouTube and be like the best YouTuber and be able to live off of this like some people can. You know what I mean? I wish I could. I wish I could wake up every morning and just be like, bro, hey, let's go install this new $500 car part. And then next week we're gonna put on this $3,000 to $5,000 body kit. And then all right, now we just dropped like 10K worth of nothing but just a motor for the Camaro and the stuff to put it in there. Like shit like that. Like, but it doesn't just come overnight. Like nothing does. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna go probably just maybe have a little bit of time to do some research on trying to see if what I needed mostly priced everything or got most of what I need. I already know what I need, and I'm mostly got everything figured out for where it's the cheapest and whatnot. But I'm gonna go try and fall asleep, but definitely gonna um try and keep getting everything on the road. I mean, like I said, I always want to drive this car like one more time before I decide if I'm gonna have it repoed or not. My idea for next year was to just take my income taxes if everything's not going so well, and just buy another car outright, maybe like an older WRX, or um, maybe like not even an Evo, but like one of the steps down from the Evo that's still somehow magically all-wheel drive for a Lancer. I've been looking into a lot of hatchbacks. My friend has been telling me that I should get a Mazda Speed 3 hatchback, and I'm like, man, them bitches is only front-wheel drive. And I'm not really one for front-wheel drive cars. I'm just not. I don't like them. I like my rear wheel and my all-wheel. I think front wheel is like the dumbest fucking thing, and I think it's pointless. I think we should just completely get rid of front wheel drive cars and just make everything either all wheel or rear wheel. You either got your rear wheel for drifting, or you've got your all wheel drive to be able to do your normal day like activities. I honestly think front wheel drive is the dumbest fucking thing created and very super pointless. But yeah, that's about all of that. So, haven't done this in a while. I don't know how to say goodbye. I guess goodbye for now. Hopefully, we'll get something figured out here soon. I've been trying to see if my friend would let me video some of the content we've been doing on his car and whatnot, but when I'm there, it's mostly just trying to, be that helping hand and whatnot. When it comes to my own vehicles, I mean, that's one thing I can take as long as I want, but when I'm there to be a helping hand, I'm there to help. But yeah, peace.